The topic that I'm going to be talking about for this TPS report is what the consequences, pros and cons, and all that stuff is as far as giving the student athletes this extra year of eligibility for COVID, and kind of what that's going to mean for recruiting in the next year, and as far as handing out scholarships for athletic money goes. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with this. Um, the topic of discussion here is what happens with recruiting and scholarships after a year of eligibility is granted back to the athletes. With this situation, coaches have to look at how many of their seniors are going to be coming back for their extra year, and kind of depending on that number, then determine what recruiting will look like for the upcoming year. So say if 50% of the seniors were to come back, that means that less spots the following year will need to be filled. And with them keeping their scholarship, this would also mean that the coaches would have less money to hand out to new recruits the following year. This makes things kind of complicated in the sense as far as adding new players to the roster and being able to give them money as far as athletic scholarship goes. Legally, as far as the framework goes, this makes sense to give these players back their year of eligibility if it was taken away from them for a reason beyond their control. So I definitely do think the NCAA is doing the right thing as far as giving these student athletes back their year of eligibility. Pros for this, as a team, you'll have another year to kind of build the chemistry between the same or fairly similar group of guys. Meaning just you won't have new guys coming in, you won't have to rebuild that team chemistry that you've been working for in practice that year. Another pro would be players get back their year and don't get cheated out of their 4 years of playing if they so choose. The only con that I could really come up with here was that less money in athletic scholarships will be available to give away to those future recruits for the few that are recruited. My overall statement and kind of what I think about this is that the NCAA is definitely doing the right thing by granting back these athletes their year of eligibility, because this year was taken away from these athletes for reasons beyond their control. Legally and ethically, I think this is the right decision.